Country superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are.
Performing America the Beautiful, please welcome the Armed Forces Chorus and Carrie Underwood.
I always have friends where I work, and if I don't have friends at the job, I will not keep the job. So when I was fired the last time from this show, people say to me, were you okay with that? And my answer is, I was happy.
In a surprising turn of events, Whoopi Goldberg, the legendary actress and talk show host, has come to the defense of country music superstar Carrie Underwood in a legal battle against The View. The controversy stems from Underwood's decision to perform at President Donald Trump's inauguration for his second term, a choice that has sparked intense debate among her fans and critics alike.
Here is The View link weighing in. I know you were waiting to hear what Whoopi Goldberg had to say, and I have it for you. Take a listen.
I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika. They did what they did. They felt that's what they needed to do, and I got to stand behind them. If I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so I have to. I have to support.
Of course, she has the right to do it. What an inane point to bring them all together. Like, what? She's saying absolutely nothing.
Joy Behar just said normal or normalize, 3-4 times there? Joy Behar would not normalize the two-term president elected for only the second time in American history to a non-consecutive second term, who won the popular vote as a Republican for the first time in 20 years. A man who, before he ran for office, was the super famous, popular, billionaire mogul, beloved host of a top-rated network television show for, 15 years? I think he's normal. Sorry to break it to you, Joy. I'm pretty sure he's normal. So you guys say, well, I don't want to normalize him. Okay, he doesn't need you to normalize him.
Underwood's announcement that she would sing America the Beautiful at Trump's inauguration ignited a firestorm of opinions across social media and the entertainment industry. Many Trump critics viewed her participation as an endorsement of his policies, while others saw it as an apolitical act of patriotism.
Performing America the Beautiful, please welcome the Armed Forces Chorus and Carrie Underwood.
From sea to shining sea.
On The View, the panel discussed Underwood's decision, with Whoopi Goldberg standing firmly in her corner. I stand behind her, Goldberg asserted. If I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right, so I have to support. While Goldberg made it clear that she would not be watching the inauguration, she insisted that Underwood's right to perform should be respected.
And I stand behind her because if I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so I have to, I have to support. Doesn't mean I'm particularly interested in what I won't be watching, but that's me.
Yeah, I've scheduled a spa day.
I'm not even going to tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's Whoopi Goldberg defending Carrie Underwood's right to perform at the inauguration. Underwood will sing America the Beautiful when President-elect Trump is sworn in on January 20th. In a statement to USA Today, the Idol winner and current show judge says, quote, "I love our country and am honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event." Underwood's participation has become a topic of conversation, and it was talked about on ABC's The View.
Goldberg further likened the situation to when Morning Joe host Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski faced backlash for meeting with Trump after his initial election win. "They did what they felt they needed to do, and I've got to stand behind them," she explained.
Can any of us?
No, you do what you do. Listen, it's like, people do what they do for whatever reasons. It's like Joe and Mika.
Yeah.
They did what they did. They felt that's what they needed to do, and I got to stand behind them.
Yeah.
And I stand behind her not or not.
Not all of Goldberg's co-hosts shared her perspective. Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin were particularly vocal in their disapproval. Behar stated, "I would not normalize Trump by singing at his inauguration," while Hostin agreed, saying she would have given a hard no to the invitation. However, Behar also emphasized that she believes in free speech. "I'm not the person to tell someone else not to perform," she added, acknowledging that artists should have the right to make their own choices.
View co-host slammed Carrie Underwood for performing at Donald Trump's inauguration. This is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's go and check it out, guys. We'll jump into it.
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, "I love our country." How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion?
Yeah, that's your opinion, isn't it? Your opinion really isn't that valid, based off of the numerous amount of interviews we've encountered with you, to be honest here. I think Carrie Underwood is an absolute American here, guys. Absolutely. And if you do love your country, you love your country to the end of it. You can make complaints, obviously, but you never stop loving your country, Joy.
On The View, Joy Behar accused Carrie Underwood of not loving America because she's performing at President Trump's inauguration.
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
The only thing more dramatic than Joy's take is her eyebrow arch. You'd think Joy would understand that normalizing the president is like trying to make the sun not rise. It's happening whether you like it or not. What's more un-American? Carrie Underwood performing at the inauguration or Joy Behar's hair color? I guess in Joy Behar's world, singing for the president is like burning the flag. Meanwhile, Joy shows her love for America by complaining about it professionally.
It's not giving America first or ending endless wars, which, by the way, was one of actually the things that made Trump popular in the first place. He was the anti-George Bush, the we're going to be in the Middle East indefinitely, having U.S. troops there. It's a horrible idea. I agree with everyone that we played. But I kind of look at Trump bluster from three lenses. Is he just saying it to distract from other things in the news cycle so we all go crazy? Very possible. Is he just always a real estate developer who just sees things as dollar signs? And third...
Or is he too old for this job?
Right. Or third, which could be all of the above,
right.
Is he simply starting with the most extreme version of a deal so that what he ultimately does in Gaza seems less crazy than the U.S. taking it over? I don't know which it is, but it's a terrible idea.
Alyssa Farah Griffin took a more strategic view, suggesting that Underwood's performance might be a business move. She will now become an icon of MAGA and the American right, and is probably going to make a lot of money off of it, she speculated.
We've had people like Reba McEntire come on and say that, she doesn't want to talk about politics. She just wants to sing, she wants to perform, she wants to make people feel good, and I respect that. And then we've had people like Dolly Parton, and I think you asked her,
Are you a feminist?
Are you a feminist? And she said,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But then you pushed her, and she said, yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I said to her, do you believe that women should make the same amount of money as men? Well, I guess I am a feminist.
Yeah, and she said, I guess I am a feminist. So I think people feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
As for Joy Behar, the issue goes beyond a mere display of patriotism. It's about upholding the country's fundamental values. She believes that legitimizing a leader whose policies and personal history she strongly opposes undermines those principles and constitutes a betrayal of what the nation stands for.
How long can they afford to hold a grudge with each other before working on a plan to get power back?
Over on The View, they're realizing that their grift is in trouble because they have ushered in all of the crap that Milei was talking about right there. All of this woke stuff and the gender stuff and all of the stuff that has destroyed liberalism for these ladies that do that show on the Upper West Side of New York, which was the home of liberalism in America for so many years. They're realizing that they're in a little bit of trouble because the Dems are fighting because there's nothing left over there. Here's a little bit involves Sonny and the rest of them. They're just terrible people.
And welcome to The View. So here we go. Trump's back in the White House. Republicans control both the House and the Senate. So Democrats aren't just unhappy about this, they're turning on each other.
She is fundamentally redefining patriotism, arguing that true love for the country goes beyond mere declarations. It requires actively defending the values that uphold its integrity and shape its future.
The Hill reports that Jill Biden is mad at Nancy Pelosi after she called for her husband Joe to step down. You remember that? And that Kamala Harris feels dissed by Joe Biden for saying that if he had stayed in, he would have won the presidency. Congress is also butting heads about the best path forward. So how long can they afford to hold a grudge with each other before working on a plan to get power back?
Carrie Underwood's decision to perform at the presidential inauguration sparked intense debate. Critics accused her of being un-American, suggesting that her participation signaled political allegiance. However, Elizabeth Hasselbeck dismissed these claims as unreasonable and unjust. She highlighted Underwood's long-standing dedication to patriotism, citing her support for veterans, charitable work, and performances celebrating the nation.
Is about to perform America the Beautiful at the historic event of the inauguration of the President of the United States of America, and that she's un-American for doing so. I mean, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
They're living, it's as though the election never stopped for them. And they just cling to their hatred of Donald Trump, which is fine. I have no problem with that at all. But like a lot of these late night comedy shows that no longer have anybody watching them, and they're officially on cancellation notice because they're not going to survive with the numbers that they're getting. I don't think The View will survive ultimately either. So they start out by alienating half the country.
Following the intense discussion on The View, reports emerged that Carrie Underwood had taken legal action against the show, alleging defamation and misrepresentation of her intentions. Sources close to Underwood claim that she felt personally attacked and mischaracterized on national television, leading her to file a lawsuit seeking damages for harm to her reputation.
It's just like these people can't win. But I don't think it should matter to the point where you guys want to crucify them. I think it's a matter of, okay, you don't agree and you don't want to support, simply don't support. What you guys don't realize is when you magnify it on social media, you're only putting more money in this person's pocket. You're literally boosting engagement. It's like, I wish y'all realized that sometimes. Y'all being the trolls, not all of you. I also just want to say, I know Whoopi Goldberg is not a lot of people's favorites, but I think for her age and her longevity in Hollywood, she looks phenomenal. Her skin.
Goldberg is known for defending people's right to make their own decisions, even when they are unpopular. A prime example is her support of Miranda Lambert, the country music star who has faced her share of public criticism over the years. Whether it's about artistic choices, personal relationships, or controversies surrounding live performances, Goldberg has consistently argued that artists should be allowed to express themselves without undue backlash. This same principle principle applies to her defense of Carrie Underwood amid the backlash over her decision to perform at Trump's inauguration.
I'm going to tell you what happened with Miranda Lambert. She stopped her Las Vegas concert mid-song on Sunday when she saw something in the crowd that she did not like.
People paid money for those tickets. They want to be there. They're trying to enjoy themselves.
Well, no, they don't want to be there. If they paid money for the tickets, they came to see her. Yeah. So if she's singing, at least a little respect so that knowledge you can see her, she can see you too. You're going to spend $750,000 to come, $750 to come to my concert. Then give me the respect of watching me while I'm doing my thing. Well, don't come.
Maybe they're taking pictures of just themselves.
Turn on the television, girl.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I'm leaving y'all.
On a recent episode of The View, Goldberg has also addressed Smith's comments with evident disapproval. She questioned the necessity of linking Williams' performance to her past relationship, emphasizing that such a viewpoint diminishes Williams' agency and achievements. Goldberg stated, "Why wasn't it, damn, Serena was great? Why is it about some ex-boyfriend she hasn't thought of?"
Why wasn't it, damn, Serena was great?
Yeah.
Why is it about some guy, some ex-boyfriend she hasn't thought?
Because it wasn't about that. And I'm surprised that Stephen A. Smith actually missed the moment.
He's a provocateur.
Yes, he is.
I love him.
This was, Serena crip walking was really about what happened to her when she did the same crip walk after she beat Sharapova in the 2012 Olympics. She did that crip walk then, and it was on Wimbledon grass, and everyone said that it was disrespectful. So for Serena, because she was dancing, so she was doing a crip walk, which is
disrespectful to who? The grass.
Goldberg further highlighted that Williams' performance was a celebration of her roots and personal journey, rather than a reference to past relationships. She expressed confusion over Smith's interpretation, noting, "All you can think of is her ex-boyfriend. I don't understand. Why would you even think it was about Drake? Why would you think she's not smart enough?"
When you look at Serena's comments, what she was doing was being her authentic self, an homage to her roots from Compton, and it was Black joy and Black excellence. You've got the greatest female athlete of all time coming out and enjoying herself. Yeah, it wasn't about Drake at all.
I don't understand. Well, why would you even think it was? Why would you think she's not
about
smart?
Drake, though.
Yeah, but that wasn't about him.
That was not about Drake. That was about. She got a chance to do something she wanted to do, and she went and did it. And instead of saying, "Damn, that was kind of great," you bringing it back to some old stuff that she is.
She's happily married.
She's happily married. Why are you? What?
However, some critics speculate that Whoopi Goldberg's defense of Carrie Underwood is a strategic move to secure her position on The View. By supporting Underwood's right to perform at Trump's inauguration, Goldberg may be attempting to appeal to a broader audience and avoid backlash that could threaten her job.
Really? I mean, I think the reality here is that Whoopi Goldberg knows her job is on the line. After all, the new head of the FCC, Brendan Carr, he sent Bob Iger, that would be the CEO of Disney, her boss, because Disney owns ABC News, ABC, which produces The View, a letter saying, it's really bad, this lack of trust that Americans have in news now. So she's got a little bit of a precarious situation, and so she decided to weigh in all this, the Carrie Underwood thing, and typically what would you think she would say? You'd think she'd say exactly the same kind of disgusting rhetoric that Joy Behar said. But no. Suddenly, she's all for freedom. This is very interesting. Doesn't that surprise you? Just a little bit? I mean, why is she suddenly singing a different tune? I know why she's singing a different tune, because her job is on the line, okay? This is why she's suddenly willing to defend Mika and Joe, who, by the way, also have their jobs on the line. That's the reality, okay? Because the rest of the world is moving forward. You guys are stuck like dinosaurs in your TDS on steroids as everybody else moves forward, right? Consider this.
What do you think about Whoopi Goldberg's defense of Carrie Underwood? Is she standing up for artistic freedom, or is she trying to protect her own position on The View? Share your thoughts in the comments below.